to wake up.
Ray, and we have a caller that just called in, and our caller is Satan himself. Am I right?
Is
that what I was just informed? Hello?
You can call me the devil. I don't accept money, worship, or advice. It's join me in blood or fire. You know, you need to be public. You need to come back to life right now. You're legally dead. And a cockroach. It doesn't matter what you believe. You're lost at sea. By legal definition, you're a monster. And you have no right to any land. It doesn't matter what you believe. This world is mine. All your leaders swear in the Bible. 2 Corinthians 4:4. I have an heir to my throne. This is my world. You might as well throw in the towel now. It's join me in blood or fire. The Book of Life only has 144,000 names. And you need to make an atonement for whatever sin you think, or think you haven't done, but you think you're sinless, regardless, and animal sacrifice is insufficient. You're going to write out on a piece of paper, I intend to bring forth heaven on earth and release everybody from bondage. Pinprick your finger or wait for your next boo-boo at work, a paper cut, or you're on your construction site and you whatever. You spill a little blood over those words, and you videotape it, and you publish it with the title on YouTube, right beside my own and your blood brethren, with the title Blood Over Intent, the tag Blood Over Intent, and the description. And you'll be ripped from the book of death, and you will appear in my book of life. Nobody enters this house before me. Look it up. I have the spear of destiny. And he who holds the spear of destiny holds the fate of this world. Nobody has to like it. You're either here for the benefit of all, or your creator's going to kill the truth and replace it. And I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, well, no, yeah.
Okay. Well,
awesome.
We
I love
jumped right in there. Well,
I love it. I love it. Let me lay it out a little bit.
But we have a comment right now saying, this guy sucks. Is this show about Satanism? What the fuck? So this is exactly the comment that just came in.
Listen. Can I respond to that? Jesus has Christianity and all those people after he was dead on the cross. I'm living. You can't have Satanism. I'm not dead. Nobody can worship my dead body. The angel of death is my blood brother. You will join me in blood publicly on the YouTube to bring forth heaven on earth, or you will expire. It's heaven on earth as it is in heaven. Nobody escapes me, not even your filthy God. I've already chopped off your motherfucking God's head off. For heaven's sake, don't you dare think God loves you. God bless you. You'll hear, we shall die and return.
Yes, exactly.
See, you got to watch what you say. You went to grammar school to learn your book at the dead school. You're at grammar school.
I don't. Let me interrupt for 1 second. Let me interrupt for 1 second, because you and I is our first interjection, our first time meeting, and I will fill you in on a couple of things on my end in a second. But I think for a lot of our listeners, not everyone is spiritually up to speed. You know, there are people who are just becoming spiritually up to speed. So I get the talking power blast is cool with me, but what?
It would suit you well to get a grip on the idea. There's only 144,000 in the Book of Life. And
144,000 what?
That many, 144,000 names are sealed until the first person opened it up with his blood, which was my gallons of blood that I put up, in blood to open up this Book of Life. And what I'm saying is that I'm telling you, I have all the eyes to see what the fuck is going on. And it's a Book of Life for a reason. And it was sealed until I opened it up with my own blood. Like my father said, I stepped in a big, giant pile of shit, and now all of us smell it. And I'm telling you, it's a Book of Life for a reason. You're either blood up, shut up, you're alive.
Well, I already blood up, shut up. So I already did that. All right? So I already did that. I did the blood up, shut up, so I don't need to shut up.
Right.
But what I'm saying is if we're going to have our listeners be able to go somewhere, I don't think that we need to, is there a way to share knowledge without being, so punch in the face?
You know what? I really didn't have much time to stay on the show. There was a couple things I wanted to cover, which is that everybody's legally dead. Okay? They're legally dead. Cockroaches. They're monsters. It doesn't matter what anybody believes. This is my world now. You will join me in blood or expire. Now, I know you're blood thick with me. I don't have much time here, but I'm telling you, I'm going to get out of here alive. And I'm not taking anybody's money, worship, or advice. I'm going to leave the way I pay for everything. You give me a little bit of time to cook this frog slowly, and I'm going to wake up the world and save everybody. Somehow, miraculously.
Me too. But I'm doing the same thing.
That's right. So let's get a couple of things out to your listeners before I cut out. You know, no one escapes us. This is by divine order. It's by the book. Like your leaders swear in the Bible by the book. It's everything by the book. There's nothing outrageous going on here. Everybody knows I only accept blood. Remember, only the devil hides his intent. If I put up my blood over my intent and published it, and everybody else is going to do it, there's a book of life. You'll see your creator is watching through the ether net. That's alchemy. Your blood is the philosopher's stone. If you know, this is not up for debate. If there ever was a Satan or a devil out there, you can't find one person standing out there with published contracts, people to bring forth heaven on earth and release. It's been blown out of the water. It's not up for debate. So, like I'm saying, for your listeners, I hate to say I love you, because when you say that, when you hear it backwards, it says, "We will die." It's fucking crazy. You know, I worship you. I worship you. I fucking worship you. I'll crown everybody else first, and I'll be the only person in the whole fucking place that will never wear a crown. And I'll always bow before you. You can never bow before me. That's why Satan was thrown out of heaven, because he wouldn't bow before God's creation. I assure you. Nobody will ever be able to bow before me. I'll be the only one who will be allowed to bow in the kingdom. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know.
I understand. It sounds better now. You know, like
and everybody, you know, eternal life, you know, nobody enters the house of living water before Satan. That's everything by the book. 144,000 elect go there. We drink the living water, and come back here with seeds. We plant these giant trees, free everybody from bondage. It's very, very simple. It's not about money. People can get their head out of the gutter. You know, I'm not, you know, thinking like a slave. You know, I go to work as a plumber and do slavery, and I publish my paycheck with my blood on that paycheck and my intent for the world to see. My boss knows what I do. Everybody knows who I am and what I do. I'm all published. My address, my paycheck, absolutely everything. Nobody can even comprehend. If anybody would even throw any shit at me, you can't. I'm here for the benefit of all, to release you from bondage.
Let's do it. Yo.
Hello?
How are you?
How's it going?
I'm well. Thank you so much for calling in. We appreciate you.
I appreciate you guys.
Thank you. Thank you. So for our listeners, Satan himself has joined this conversation, and I can speak for me that I am honored to be able to spend this time talking to you. Thank you for being here.
No problem. I'll try not to.
Ready to change the world? I'm sorry?
I'll try not to flip out your listeners.
So for some of our listeners, we had an interaction. I think it was 2 weeks ago. No, it was 3, because I had just done my blood over intent, and I was new to everything. I didn't understand anything. The whole reason I did my intent was I heard about it, and I literally had a pull from the center of my chest to it. Like, it's the only way I can describe it. I did it. So I have spent the last 3 weeks engulfing myself and learning and doing my best so that I can bring forth heaven to earth too, and help and do my part. So fair enough to say, though, Satan, my mind is kind of blown with this whole matrix and the symbolism, and it's interesting because you're the last time you were on, and your tone was very direct and punch in your face, and a lot of people need that. And then when I go and I listen to you speak, all I get from you is love. That's all I can feel from everything I've watched and everything I listen to. So please, chair, take the floor. Or the phone.
Well, one of the things I wanted to cover was there's really nowhere for anybody to run into. Their religion isn't going to help them. You know, their parents aren't going to help them. Their school's not going to help them. Or, you know, the force that they pray to every day is, you know, needs them to make an atonement for their filthy soul. That's by the book. You know, we've all done shit we're not supposed to do. Whatever it is. They call it a blood atonement for your soul, your filthy soul. And people can't come to grasp that they've made any sins. They don't want to come face to face with that, you know?
Yeah.
To admit that you've done something wrong is like, they're still thinking Jesus had killed himself or whatever, for their sins. And if that was the case, we'd all have heaven on earth right now. And
yes.
I don't see heaven on earth there. I see people having to get up every day for work. I get up every day for work and do slavery and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, your creator is watching. There's no question about that. I went from a fucking retard to taking over the universe after doing this blood over intent and publishing it. It turns out our creator is actually watching and taking notes and taking names, all that other shit. It's called the Book of Life for a reason. That's because your creator is actually taking names. 144,000 of them. So this type of shit is hard to swallow. I don't really give a shit what anybody believes. Like I say, the Book of Life is only 144,000 names to field elect the ones who were coming to the Garden of Eden in the first wave. It's that we're the ones who were everybody else is zombified. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
So, there's no accidents, there's no coincidences. This is by the book. Nobody should be flipped out. There's nothing outrageous about what we're doing. I'll remind you often, everybody knows I only take blood. I don't take money, work, money. So what can I take from you? I can take your blood, oath that you intend to bring forth heaven and earth. Stand here, in truth, bound in blood with your brethren for their common cause of survival, to bring forth heaven and earth and release us all from bondage. As corny as that sounds, it is by the book and all.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't get it. They see, what we're saying and that we're telling truth about, what this reality is, and they would rather be afraid of it and be scared of the whole blood thing and turn away versus looking at the facts that we're exposing what everything is and trying to tell everybody, where the corruption is and how the corruption is taking place. And yeah, exactly. We look around and we see hell on earth still. This place isn't heaven, but people want to try to say bad things about us, and they don't even know. And so, no, we're here to try to clear the air. And yeah, like I said, you can't escape it. You can't. You cannot escape this.
Now you bow your head in prayer to the black sun. You close your eyes, make a wish for the black sun. If you're wanting to wish you up for the black sun, it's that everything about everybody is you set up your Christmas tree with the spiral lights around and the candy canes and and Santa Claus coming in and shit shoot into fire and all the movies is the same thing. Pirates of the Caribbean, they got to get to the fountain of youth. Every compass is pointing to the heart's desire. It's you need to be selfless and in your heart to even get through this gate. You can't have any greed, or you can't. I don't want anything from anybody. I just want to get everybody eternal life, passage into Garden of Eden. Bring forth heaven and earth, this type of thing. Yeah, to take something from you that's illogical. It's called eternal life. How could you charge somebody something for their birthright? This is not about money. Every resource is already out there and ready for us to use for this endeavor. It's just it hasn't hit people. Whatever came from this earth that you call a resource, this is given by, the goddess of this earth. And she's coming back, and she's taking possession of her domain for the benefit of all. That's her living waters that we're going to be bathing in. It's just your birth into this world through your mother, going to be birthed out through this holy of holies. And, people say, why do you got to stand here as Satan? That's kind of funny. All your leaders swear in the Bible, and in there it says, it's my world. 2 Corinthians 4:4. It's pretty obvious. Satan is the good guy. Go look it up. Jesus is the Son, and that's what's for me to stand here as Satan. I look in the sun and I just speak my intent. The Son doesn't want to know your confessions or your wishes. He wants to know, what do you intend to do today? I intend to bring forth heaven and earth in your name and release all from bondage. And I'll remind you often, I get all my power from the Son. It's the collective consciousness of the whole. How people are missing this is funny. You go into a church, you place a disc on your tongue. It's a disc, like the disc over it. It's a flat earth plane. It's one side of a light over the black hole. How people miss this shit is beyond me. Every conversation It'll take you 2 years to figure out how I take over the universe, and for good reason, because everybody's a selfish son of a bitch, and I'm selfish.
Yeah. I appreciate that. For that, yeah.
What else?
Yeah,
this is your motherfucking birthright. You should be pissed off. This is like the reason you get a Christmas trees, you get communion and the body and blood of Christ. This is all rubbed in your face. No, I'm sorry. It'll take people years to catch up. It's like we've got such a far enough ahead advance on this knowledge that, people are still in shock about the idea that they're not floating through space as a monkey spinning in a bowl at 1,000 miles an hour. And there's no way they can even comprehend this shit. So how can they even keep up with us?
No, yeah, I was just saying that. How people, they can't catch up. Some people just want to be given all the answers. And that's sort of the fucking shitty school system that we have, where people are just told something and then they just believe it. And so this stuff that we're telling them, they think it's so unbelievable, so out there, that they don't want to believe it. They want to be shown proof, or they want to be told a million times, what do you mean by a light hole's a black hole? And it's like you try explaining it to them, and then they still don't get it. And so it's almost, I just sort of just tell people now, just do your blood over intent, and then and let the matrix dissolve around you, feel it, see what happens, and then all of a sudden it's all going to make sense. Everything we're saying. And if it doesn't, then, and I've never had anybody come tell me, oh yeah, it didn't, or whatever, or the ones that have, I was like, well, are you pure of heart? Did you really mean it, or did you just do it just because you think you're going to come with us to go somewhere that, you're just escaping from something? And most of the time they say, oh yeah, I just did it just because, I don't know, I just want to be part of the club or whatever. And I was like, well, then you weren't selfless. Go do it again and be selfless. Or they didn't post it, that's another thing too. And sometimes that once they post it up to the internet, that the Ethernet, that bam, they feel it. And I try to describe it as, it's like you could feel people's energy, you could feel the tingles, you feel the electricity everywhere.
You can feel it because let me be very clear. You can feel it because I'm standing here in space. It's scary. People don't put their blood up. They know for sure. I'm telling you flat out, I'm the motherfucking devil. I don't take money working with life. Everybody knows you will join me in blood. You know what I mean? I don't take anything from you. That's just kind of funny. You can't beat around it. If you're going to put your blood up, that people are going to say, you're putting your blood up against with this guy? He says he's the devil? Are you crazy? If you put up your blood after that, you have to really know that you've been hustled. And that, many people will come in the name of Jesus Christ. That's funny. I'm the one true motherfucking Antichrist. It's uncontested. I've been standing here for years on gallons of blood. And people just keep putting more blood up beside me, and that's the correct thing to do. Because it's 144,000 in the Book of Life. That's all the amount of people that we need to wake up. Your Creator's not heartless for only being that many people in the Book of Life. It's that we need to ignite the fire in everybody's heart, and we got to bring some people back to life. You know what I mean?
Yes. Oh yeah. It is something else. It is magic. It is something different. That's where instantly I knew, like, I felt it. I was like, oh my, I did the right thing. This was exactly what I was supposed to do. It was weird because I had a dream about it before I did my blood over intent there. I was standing almost on the outside of this garden that we were talking about, and everyone's standing inside, and I was like, well, all I gotta do is put my blood up, and you like kind of gave me this nod in my dream that I had, and in my dream I did it, and I felt it in my dream, and then the next day I was like, oh my God, I gotta do it, and I did it, and I just, that feeling of it's just knowing, it's just, there's an understanding that just is, you can't explain it,
No, it's hard to.
But I
have to say, I'm sorry, repeat that?
Saying that your blood is the philosopher's stone, and the internet is the Ethernet. And when you get witnesses, that's the key thing. That's what takes you from the book of death and into the book of life. You're no longer alone. It's that your blood's thick with somebody else for a common cause and for the benefit of all.
Beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing.
So
it is a sacred act.
The air clear. I could feel the air clear around me, like literally clear, like whoosh. Like all the energy in the air had changed. I had breathing problems, and they have seemed to subsided. And then I went through like a happy weeping. And then the more I learned and was watching your videos, I was pissed all of this shit has all been a lie. Like, I was really pissed. I was like swearing out loud. Like, everything has been a fucking lie. Everything. It's mind-boggling. It really is.
Yeah.
And I don't think people comprehend the fact that we are in a matrix. I mean, your videos have, my gosh, the time and amount and the love that you put into those just to get people to comprehend or to save their own soul. I mean, it's amazing. I don't know. It's just been it's a magical journey for me.
There's no accident. There's no coincidences. This is like by a book. It's like you're supposed to see it and other people aren't. And that just flips you out, like it flips me out. You know, I'm trying to save everybody, but I know you can't save other people until you save yourself. Like, put the mask on yourself first before you try to save your child. They say, you know, that the plane's going down, put the oxygen mask on you first. You know, you can't save anybody else. You can save yourself.
Exactly. You can't pour from an empty cup. Yeah.
Nope.
It is.
Nope.
It's yeah, like I said, I got pissed too when once I started seeing how much everything was in our faces, that it's everywhere. Every song, every movie, every story, everything, that you're gonna find these concepts. You know, a light hole, a black hole, the green astral jet, our DNA. You know, CTAG, chase the green astral. Everything's all right there, and has always been right there. It's phenomenal that we didn't see it before, or that you know, that's sort of what problem a lot of people have, is trying to see it or not seeing what we're trying to say because they're too convoluted with all the stuff they've been told to think about certain things. You know?
It's sort of like in the Vatican when you see the whole congregation is in the mouth of the snake. That's literally 2 eyes of a snake and a mouth with jaws and everything. There's no way to escape that. You know, this is the great dragon hyphen. You know, and such joined in this androgynous relationship. The one side of a light hole is a black hole with the green astral jet shooting out. You know, that's the whole basis of reality. You're made in the image of a creator. That's why you say fucking shit. It's all the same shit. The astral light. If Jesus doesn't bang the fuck out of Mother Earth, then there's no aurora borealis shooting out. You know, this is the holy cum. You're going to bathe in the lake of fire and drink the holy cum of all things and become immortal. This is Kali Maya. She wants you to bathe in her living waters and, you know, become this immortal being and rise to Valhalla, however the Vikings would call it. You know, it's the same story in every culture and every myth.
Yep.
This is people aren't connecting the dots yet. You see it on the mind calendar with the X and all that shit. You know, whatever. You know, the mouth of the center is just like taking your communion and shit. You know,
everything.
You blow out the candle, make a wish. You throw the coin in the wishing well. You blow on the dice before you throw them. You know, you're rolling the dice right now. You're in the maze, that movie right now.
The Maze Runner, yeah. Everything. It's always been there.
It's so mind-boggling. It's just, it's it's so much. Like, I was studying about the moon matrix and how, like, the signal from that is actually a sound wave and how that programs us. And then, you know, when you go into that everything is a virus with us, that our language is a virus, that everything that we do is a virus.
When you play words in reverse, then you really see it. Like when you say, I love you, and you hear that shit, we will die. And when you say, God bless you, we shall die. When you start hearing that stuff, then you're like, holy fuck, then you really see it. There is a cause that wrote our language, and that's not by accident. That what I say is, clear who holds the spear of destiny, and the angel of death is going to find you when you hear that shit in reverse. That flips you the fuck out. That's no accident. Nobody thinks that shit.
No,
I put a reverse app on my phone. I can try it. No one can say that, and it's you know, it's amazing because we were always taught that, you know, the devil spoke in reverse, but when you're speaking, everything that comes out of you is pure and love.
Truth, just truth.
Yeah, exactly. It's true.
Grammar school, You know, like I say, people went to grammar school and learned their book of the dead. That's a grammar school. Every word you speak is a magic spell. You took your test with your number 2 shit pencil. Everybody knows your child says, I got to go number 1, mommy, or number 2, a BM, you know?
Yep.
There's no way to fuck this up. It's you put your motorboard hat on when you graduate from school, your black satanic robe, or whatever color they put on you these days. It's still that type of robe, you know? And you have your angle and degree of stupidity, how far you're willing to bend over to take it up the ass so you can climb up the shit chutes and ladders, you know? Now, you can't say you didn't see it coming. I mean, the graduate, you know, just every little word that's used, your diploma, and it's just no accident, you know. You go to college,
No, it's not.
You give up your intuition, all your intuition, and now you're indoctrinated when you come out, and you're stuck to this one little thing, whether it be like a master's of science or business. That's it. You didn't go to school to learn how to take over the universe or something in 4 years. You know, that's all. I spilled some of my blood a few years ago, and I'm taking over the universe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
type of power and vision to see shit. It's crazy. All you had to do was make a selfless blood sacrifice. You know, like if I was, before there was an internet, I would nail up my intent at the tree by the watering hole. So whoever got water there would see my intent. I'm taking over the fucking universe. You don't have to like it. You're going to join me in blood or spot the benefit of all. And if they ignored it, the more that people ignore it, the more that it becomes real, because they can't say that nobody told them. You can't say they tell you I'm taking over the fucking universe and that you will join me in blood or expire. I've been screaming it out now for a couple of years. That the angel of death is going to find you, motherfucker. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm a fucking mute now. You know what I mean? What I'm saying is that you can't say no now. Once you hear it, it becomes your responsibility to step up. Because the Book of Life only has 144,000 names. It's a Book of Life for a reason. If you're not in one book, you're in the fucking other until we pull off the fucking miraculous shit. And that's going to happen when there's 144,000. Everything is by the book. Just like your leaders swear on Bible. You know, isn't there supposed to be a separation of church and state? Why would it be that our leaders swear on a fucking Bible? That says that
exactly.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense, but yet here we are. There are everything's unfolding like perfectly, like impossible type shit. Like, how does that happen? How is it that I have to tell you that your leaders all swear into office on a Bible, and in there it tells you 2 Corinthians 4:4, this is Satan's work. How is it that Satan has to show you this? That it's not you can run to anybody else. It's my world. It's not up for debate. Unless you got gallons of motherfucking blood to fill up right now with Satan to stand here selflessly and not take anything from anybody and pull off the impossible, you know what I mean? Where are you running to? I mean, your church wants 10% of your income and your worship and to show up on Sunday and blow this fucking or something, you know what I mean? I don't want nothing from you.
And then eat the body of Christ and drink the blood, right? Eat the at the altar. Drink
every day at church.
Body. Yeah.
It's all.
To alter reality. You need to make your sacrifice upon the altar, and your blood is what makes atonement for your soul. Nothing else. It's not. Animal sacrifices are insufficient. It's your blood that is the philosopher's stone. This public sacrifice type thing is real. It's just your creator's actually watching, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So listen, I gotta wrap this up.